Hi, welcome to Fun Power Videos. This is DC here. This is a new video series on a specific feature called mirroring, which is available in some of the tags from NXP, and these are NTAG213, 215 and 216. And in this video series I'll not be discussing anything more about programming or anything, the details of for the tag. If you have been watching my previous videos, most of my videos were based on understanding the commands or understanding how the reader writer works, but this video series will be completely different. You're going to use some existing softwares and you're going to create some fantastic application which will be useful for you, as well as you'll also gain a lot of knowledge in this video series as well. I have made a few videos showing what this mirroring, and if you're interested to know more about that, please watch my videos on NTAG213. So this is a summary of the mirroring feature. Using the mirroring feature, you can automatically overlay on the existing data. You can overlay three different types of data. The first is the UID of the tag, and the next is the counter in the tag, and the third one is the tag tamper message, which is available in tags like NTAG213 TT. So if you're not using the tag tamper tags, so you'll be able to overlay only the UID and the counter. Now when you overlay these data, the raw bytes are converted to a readable ASCII characters. So that's why, as I mentioned here, a 7-byte UID requires or takes 14 characters or 14 bytes, and a 3-byte counter, which is again 24 bits, takes 6 characters or 6 bytes, and the 4-byte tag tamper will take 8 characters or 8 bytes. So if you add up all together, or in case assume that you are using all the three overlay feature, you will end up using this 14 plus 6 plus 8 bytes. You need these extra bytes, and this is in addition to anything you're going to put before that. Now you're going to learn all these things in this video series. So if you want to follow this video series, you need the following things. You need a few NTAG213 tags. This can be 213, 215 or 216. Now if you want to try out the tag tampering tags, you need a NTAG213 TT. You need a NDEF writing software. There are so many softwares available, but these are some of the things I have used. You got a desktop application like a GoToTags, and is also a software developed by NXP which is called Tag Explorer. Now the difference between this is, the Tag Explorer, it runs on a very specific reader writers, whereas the GoToTags runs on any PCSC reader writer. Or you can also use some mobile apps. These days there are so many mobile apps which can create NDEF messages on an NFC tag. So some of the things which I have used is the tag writer. Again, this is NXP, and the tag info, and there are so many other apps. You can find them all in the Google Play, or probably you can see them in the Apple Store as well. So in order to do what I'm trying to do here, you need a web application for tag validation. Now I'm going to use a web application created by our trainees, so I'll be letting you to use them. Probably you can use that application for a couple of months so that you understand how to create such applications on your own. I'll be using a URL in the NDEF message. Some of the applications of a URL NDEF message is the Smart Poster, or you can also use this concept for the product verification, and there are so many uses of a URL in NDEF message. these are some of the concepts you're going to understand in detail in this video series. Now these days, like you want to do something, or you want the NFC tag to work without installing any application in the mobile. Now this is what the industry is driving towards. So what this just summarize this concept here. First thing is, say, without mobile app. What the mobile phone does is, again, because we are using the mobile phone to try out this this concept in this video series, so you have to have a mobile phone with NXP capability. I'm sure most phones you buy these days, they come with the NFC capability, because paying through mobile phone is a very common these days. So the way this the mobile works is, now when you tap your mobile onto a NFC tag, the mobile phone reads the NDEF message that has got a URL. It opens up the URL in the browser, and in fact the URL is sent to the backend server. Now the browser will show you the result of this URL. Basically the URL will carry information like a UID or other things. So some of the advantages of this mobile app is, without a mobile app is, obviously you don't want user to install a software or app in the mobile. But the problem here is you have got less control on the URL. It's very hackable. Now here, so you're going to now learn more about what is a hackable thing in this video series. So the URL here, so I'll keep this concept for my future videos. Now there's one interesting kind of a new tag which is introduced by NXP, which is called NTAG413 DNA. These tags are meant for using without a mobile app, and these tags are also kind of not a hackable, and they're also very secure tag. Now what I would like to do is just show you the documentation from internet. If you're interested, so you have to it's good to read this document here. So I'm sorry, it's not this one. This is the NTAG213 TT tag. It is this one. It's called NTAG413 DNA, a secure, unique NFC message for direct access to web services. Looks like these tags are meant to work with the web, and also it's a very secure. If you're really interested, or if you're behind this the NFC technology, and for all this kinds of product authentication and all kinds of concepts, I would advise you to get this document. And this document, again, if you compare this and the other documents, so you will not find every information in the document, because most of the information here, they come under NDA. So probably now, if you're interested, you have to get the NDA from NXP and get access to every bits of this tag. The next thing, next concept is to use this with the mobile app. Now this again has got various advantages and disadvantages here. Now as this the name says, you must have your own application installed on the mobile phone. So if you're selling a concept, or if you've made a software, you have to have every users of your software install the app. Now by doing that, you get the full control of the tag. Now these are some of the highlights of this method. Now a custom app takes control of the tag. Your custom app first gets the NDEF message that is in the tag, and your app can verify the message within the app itself. So probably now you might have got the data which is in the encrypted format on the tag. probably you can try to decrypt and make sure it's a valid tag. So before you send this URL to the server, your custom application can add some extra bits like a GPS location or anything which is available in your mobile phone, and you send this everything to the server, and the server does all the verification and validation, and your app will finally show the result on the screen. Now these are some of the applications of this URL in an NDEF message, and this is a typical example of a smart poster. So assume that we have got a smart tag or a NFC tag with the URL which is part of a poster, and these posters are at various locations in UK. So I got the names some of the tube stations in UK. So, and this is the central web application. So anybody who taps the mobile phone on these posters, so will make the URL go to your web application. So in the web application you'll have a database of all these tag UIDs, and probably you can track how many users have visited your posters, and probably can also produce some reports for the decision making. So this is one of the application of this smart posters and NFC, and this is a very interesting concept. So probably if you're a student watching this video, you can take this as a kind of a mini project. You learn by the time you finish this entire software development, you will learn so many concepts. This is one more example of using this NFC tags and an app. Now here this is an example where the users can order the food. Now this is a brochure or a catalog which describes the food item, and there also behind this poster, behind this brochure, there will be an NFC tag, and this is the custom application you're going to create. Now this app will take orders, the food orders, and get it delivered to the customer. It's a very simple concept but very interesting concept by the time you finish this project. The way this whole thing works is, now the app, this is the custom application. When you tap on the food, it gets verified. Because it's a custom application, you can do the verification of this tag. You can add that to the list of items, so that finally you can show all the food items that are tapped and get a confirmation from the user, and this will be sent back to the web server where order get processed and food get delivered. So because it's a custom app, probably an app like this will have a user account where the user has already keyed in their payment details, so that all the payments and everything can happen in the real time. Now this is the structure, the architecture of how this concept works without a mobile application. I've already mentioned this briefly in the previous slides. So here this is an example of a poster which has got NFC tag, and this tag has got an NDEF message with the URL. Now when the mobile phone taps on this tag, it sends this URL to the web server, which is happening here, and the web server will do all the processing, because every URL that is recorded here will carry the UID and the counter and the TT. These are the three concepts we are going to discuss in this video. These are the three mirroring features, because these UID, counter and TT, they are automatically copied from the tag into the URL. This is what the mirroring is all about. So the web server will process, look into the databases, verify the UIDs, and it will respond, and this response is again it is sent sorry, it's just shown on the web browser. The whole thing works without having any app installed. The reason why this whole concept works is the Android operating system has a built-in feature to do all these things. So it reads the NDEF message. It also recognizes, before reading NDEF message, it can recognize the NFC tags. It knows this NFC tag is formatted well. It has got an NDEF message. It can also pick out the URL in the message, and it fires up the browser. So all these things are now, it's all part of the Android OS itself. So this is something you can do without any programming. The only thing you might end up doing is to create a web application on the back end. So this is an example, again, an architecture of this concept by using a custom app. So here, this is again the mobile. The app is already installed. Now the app first gets this URL or NDEF message. The app does any verification. Everything can be done. Probably the app can, again, it can take control of the tag. It can run any custom commands against the tag if it is supported by the operating system. So you know that sending a custom commands are pretty straightforward using in an Android operating system, but I'm not sure whether iOS will allow you to send these custom commands. I know iOS will let you probably read the NDEF messages. I don't think iOS will allow you to read or send the custom commands. Now the app has got full control of the message. It can put all the things it wants to put, like a location, some extra data, some payment details, everything is bundled up into a URL. It can also use HTTP post. It can put so much extra information here, send to the web application, and the web app will have a database of all the valid tags. It can do a lookup. It can send the response back to the app, and the app finally shows either it's a success or a failure message. So this again, to do all these things, you'll end up you have to know how to write the mobile apps using and also using NFC. So in my future videos, I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate how to do all these things, except I'll not be showing you how to write a web app. So but the overall concept I'm going to demonstrate. So thanks for watching, and looking forward to see you in my next videos.